play Shenmue on a Tuesday. And today we've got a little guest with us. Only bloody Corey Marshall, the voice of RYO HAZUKI. How's it going, man?
Excellent, but I have a quick question for you.
What's the question? Fire away.
Do you know where I can find any sailors around here?
Oh, I'm too tired right now. Ask me another day, won't you?
Come back again, would you?
Oh, man. Did you work with any of those other voice actors, or were they recording their lines on set? I mean, was it just you in a booth by yourself for like months?
You know, it's interesting. The way they chose to do it in Japan is that, particularly when we had a larger scene, we had several actors come in at the same time. Like if we had the scene with Guizan or something like that, him and his father, we would have multiple actors in the studio. So that's kind of unusual for voice acting, right? Most of the time, yeah, you go in there, you have all of your lines, and you do all of your lines at once, and nobody else is in there. You're alone. But not with Shenmue. That was pretty interesting that they had this large, it was there at Sega headquarters, so of course they had this large room that we could be in. It almost looks like you could fit a whole band in there. I think you could. And they had several microphones set up, and when we had a large scene like that where we had multiple characters, they would invite the other actors in, and man, that was actually quite special.
That's gonna be really good for like reacting and feeding off the other actors and stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Because a lot of times you don't get that. Sometimes when the voice has already been recorded, they might play it back for you so you can kind of hear that. But that person's already acted, right? They've already done their thing. So they're not acting off of you. So you get to act off of them. And like I said, that's only sometimes. But you're absolutely right when you say that reactions. He's standing right next to you.
Yes.
Or whatever, and you can go off of that. And particularly when you have such a dynamic character like Chai, for example.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And you hear his voice and he's standing right next to you. This is Paul Lucas, who's a great actor. And he's doing Chai, and you're like, whoa, okay,
You're stop creeping me out, Paul. That's you're trying to give me nightmares, for crying out loud.
Exactly. Oh, Paul Lucas, he's great. So for anybody who doesn't know, Paul Lucas did both Lan Di and Chai. I mean, how different of a spectrum can you get, right? I mean,
now that's range.
That is range. So for, if somebody were to say, oh yeah, Paul Lucas is doing Chai, and I didn't hear who Chai was for whatever reason, then I would be like, oh, okay, it's like a deep, menacing character, maybe, or no, okay, man, what would Paul do? No, it was great. Sega actually put multiple actors in the studio at the same time, and wow, that was special.
Just so Paul could freak everybody out.
Exactly. Oh, I tell this story sometimes, but I remember, you encountered Chai in the arcade. So for anybody who hasn't played it yet for whatever reason, go and get yourself a copy right now, because that's just insanity.
Come on now.
But there's a part where you encounter Chai in the arcade, and he takes the paper away from you and eats it, right?
We spent so much on that ticket. It's outrageous behavior, people. Don't go around eating tickets. Okay, sorry, Corey, carry on.
So Paul was in the studio, and he saw what was happening. He's like, oh, he eats the ticket. And he had a notepad, right? He has a notepad and a pen, because the director's going to give him directions and, do this, and that. And he writes it down, He thought, he said, hey, could I actually eat a piece of paper?
Is anyone else going to eat this paper? Oh,
and they were like, yeah. So he rips a piece from his notebook, he does the line, and then he jams the paper in his mouth and eats it on the microphone. So the sound that you're hearing of him eating the ticket is actually Paul Lucas eating his notes.
Just taking money out of the sound effects team's hands there, Paul. But yeah, they're like, yeah, sure, Paul, you can eat the paper. And then they're like, keep an eye on this one, yeah? Just keep a close eye on Paul, okay? He's eating paper again. Oh, God. Well, yeah, it's awesome that you got time with the other actors rather than being told, okay, your father's just died and you're upset. Go. And you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. But,
Right, right. And that's another scene too. Yeah, we had Iwao, we had a couple of the henchmen, right, and we had Londi, and yeah, we had the actors in the studio there doing it, so we could go off of each. And that's such an important scene. It's right off the bat, right in the front of the game. Hazuki's world completely changes in an instant.
Oh yeah.
And that's important. They had all of the actors in there doing it at the same time. Just fantastic.
And with that point that you made about go play Shenmue, the hardest thing was over the years was telling people to go and play this game, but it was locked away on the Dreamcast for all those years, or original Xbox for Shenmue 2. So now that we finally got them re-released on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, now there really is no excuse, people. Come on.
I know, right? Like so many people do play it on PC. And they did a sale just recently where you can get yourself a free copy of Shenmue. And is that still going on? But
I got it free. Different stores on the PC give away different games on different days. I got it free on the Epic Store, I think. But
Epic did that just recently. So yeah, if that sale ever comes up, guys, get yourself a copy of it. And
exactly.
And
we've got loads of people here saying hi. Shenmue Dojo says, "Hey Corey."
Oh, Shenmue Dojo. Hey, how's it going, guys? Oh, we love Shenmue Dojo. They're so awesome over there.
That's absolutely correct. Yeah, and I was looking up information that they were providing on the way to win. The best days to win gacha toys. So I've been getting information from them for a while, and they dropped into my Shenmue stream a couple of weeks ago, and they're just so lovely. So great to have you guys here. Peter K. Wilson is for some reason channeling Matthew McConaughey, and he said, all right. So there you go.
Well, yeah, me and Matthew McConaughey, both Texas boys, so.
Of course, yeah, we were just talking about that before we went live. Corey originally from Texas, but has got more of a what do you want to say, like a standard quote unquote American accent.
Yeah. So yeah, we had this conversation before we went on, and I've when you growing up in Texas and your dad has the thickest Texas drawl that you could possibly imagine. My accent and voice were definitely different, and I lived in New York for 6 years, and now I've lived in LA since 2005, and yeah, I've definitely not only have I chosen different words, I've had to drop certain words like y'all, and fixin' and stuff like that. I've dropped those words, and I've kind of adopted what I think is a standard American or standard United States accent, and so that's definitely something that is different about me. But yeah, McConaughey, that's part of his whole thing, right? He's still got that. You could really call it a sly way of talking, right? It's still a bit of a drawl, definitely a Southern gentleman way of talking,
and amazing fun to listen to. You know what I mean? When he's doing a scene on screen, I'm like, oh yeah, there it is. But yeah, you were outed by someone you met recently. She spotted that little hint of Texan that was left in that accent. So.
Could not believe it. I was flabbergasted because I have not been outed in years, and we had exchanged maybe 3 sentences, and she was like, "Hey, were you born in the South?" And I was like, "What?"
It's gonna come in handy for Shenmue 4 : RYO Goes West. It's really gonna come in handy then.
It's great. I would love to see sort of a Red Dead Redemption Shenmue crossover. That'd be great.
Well, I mean, I'm a bit disheartened that RYO didn't make it into Smash Brothers, because I thought that would be awesome just to play as him in a fighting game, but again, to increase that Shenmue awareness.
Yeah. Oh, that would be fantastic. But I'm still hoping for a Shenmue slash Yakuza crossover.
That one seems so obvious that it's just crazy that it hasn't happened yet.
Crazy that it hasn't happened.
Especially with the number of Yakuza games they pump out. Corey, since we started this conversation, did you know 7 more Yakuza games have actually been made and released? It's just stunning stuff. Good for them. But yeah, so I will be starting up Shenmue in the background in a minute, everybody. But thanks for tuning in. And if you want to ask Corey anything, then feel free to do so. But yeah, people are saying, Grey Fox Gaming, Corey, I enjoyed the Last of Us stream. Because if you didn't know, Corey has a streaming channel.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I have been playing a lot of The Last of Us. That is a great game, I have to admit. I'm currently playing Resident Evil. It's the 7th one. It's the one where they switch to first person.
Yes.
I'm playing Death Stranding, and I'm currently playing The Last of Us. And man, I've been kind of a little bit addicted to The Last of Us recently.
Some people call it the greatest game of all time. They are, of course, wrong. The greatest game of all time is Shenmue. Yeah. Grey Fox Gaming wants to know if you played the Uncharted games.
So that's something that we were discussing the other day because I was talking about I was having a hard time fighting because I'm currently still my muscle memory is still on Alien Isolation, which is a game we finished just recently. And talk about a fantastic game. I love Alien Isolation. For you guys who haven't played that one, that is a fantastic Sega game.
Terrifying.
I've played a lot of scary games. I've never felt the sense of dread of being hunted the entire time. I just feel like it's relentless. At any moment, I'm going to be consumed or cocooned, which would be even worse. But
well, when I'm trying to play like a different game every night on stream, the first 10 minutes now is like, okay, what were the buttons again? Hey chat, I've been killed again. So yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, I was engaged in a firefight, and I was like, oh no, wait, which one is run again? And then which one is the trigger, and then that one, and then I was like, oh okay, yeah, I'm just gonna do a quick med kit right here, and then I forgot because on some games, for example, Resident Evil or even Alien Isolation, it's just a quick injection, or you pour the med kit on you, and then it's instant. And I started using the med kit, and I'm like, oh wait, he has to wrap himself up. Sure enough, somebody came around the corner, shot me, and I was just like, oh man.
Like, come on, zombies! I don't know the buttons. Give me a break.
I believe was talking about how Uncharted was similar controls, and I said, well, hey, maybe if I get these down, maybe I could start playing Uncharted. So
Uncharted's definitely a lot more easygoing. It's basically shooting a load of dudes, so it'll be a nice relaxing reward after you've done The Last of Us. It'll like be the dessert of the Uncharted games.
In fact, I think somebody in chat did say that. So they said, oh yeah, if you play The Last of Us, they said Uncharted is similar, but it's like pared down, so you won't have to worry about being. They said the controls are similar, but you won't have to. It'll be easier, in other words.
A lot less stress. More of a video game. You can put it this way. You can lean back in the sofa rather than, okay, I've got to lean forward now because I'm playing Last of Us. It's a serious game, so definitely more of a chilled experience. But a lot of shooting people in the head. So we've got a question from Badgeroni here. As someone who's looking to improve their voice-over skills, what's a top tip you recommend?
So, it's interesting. A lot of people ask me this question. The first thing you have to be as a voice actor. So there are two parts to that word: voice and actor, right? The first and most important thing is actor. You have to be an actor first. And so I recommend that people literally start taking acting lessons, Because I think a lot of people think, oh, well, I can do like 5 or 6 different voices. I got like Stewie. I got, I can
Everybody
do,
does
like,
Stewie.
I can do a good the frog. I can do, and it's not, it's not that. I mean, if you have a load of different voices, that's great, but that's secondary. First, you have to be an actor before you can be a voice actor. So that's but other than that, yeah, you have to be strong as well. And this is something that one of the things that I recommend that I think is probably different. Now, this is completely out in left field, but when I also recommend that people take singing lessons.
Oh, really?
Because in that, when you start taking singing lessons, you start to push the range of your voice, and your vocal cords themselves get stronger, and you're able to make higher pitch and lower pitch. If you have a good teacher, obviously, they'll be able to really push you to your extremes. And when you have that control, so when you're singing anyway, you're using your diaphragm, so you have more lung capacity, you have a stronger diaphragm, and you have a larger range in your vocal cords, right?
And about singing from the chest rather than the throat. But I have a degree in drama as well, so I projecting your voice to the back of the theater, all of that kind of thing.
Yeah, because you don't know if you're going to be in a Call of Duty type game where you're literally screaming to the top of your lungs because soldiers are coming and you have to shout orders, or you have to you're taking fire, your explosions, whatever, or you are or you're doing, and we talked about this before too, or you're doing multiple 8-hour days where have you ever been like maybe on stream or something like that, you're talking for an hour or maybe 2 hours, and by the end of the stream you're like, ooh, wow, I'm really tired.
Yes.
My throat it's kind of,
it can be exhausting, and you wouldn't think it would be.
Right. So you wouldn't think that it would be because you're just speaking, but again, you're using large muscles, your lungs, your diaphragm, your throat. If you can imagine doing multiple 8-hour days, if you're doing an anime, if you're doing a large game like Shenmue,
insane,
then you have to be strong. You have to be very strong, and you cannot lose your voice because there's time and there's budget, and there never seems to be enough of either. You know what I mean? So you have to be able to deliver when it's time.
Oh yeah.
And those are a couple things that I recommend. Definitely must be an actor first. And then singing lessons is I know it sounds crazy, but that's something that I do recommend. And of course, all of the different characters, you need to have yourself a book of characters, right? You need, young characters, old characters. If you can do specialty things, if you can do kids, if you have, I know some actors who do female characters who are males and vice versa. You need to be able to give them different things, because sometimes they give you a role and it might be a named character. Again, we're talking about Shenmue, for example, right? Let's just say they do give you the role of Chai, and you come in, and you're usually there for a couple hours, and they say, okay, great, so we're going to do all the Chai lines, and you've done all of those Chai lines, but it only took you 45 minutes. And they say, well, you're here for 2 hours, so can you do all of these other NPCs? Can you do street vendor number 19? Can you do kid down the block? Can you do your best friend on a bike? Can you do, all those different things?
Yeah, we've got a load of other great questions coming in as well. But yes, 8 hours a day is insane. But your dedication to the Shenmue franchise by keeping your voice in perfect condition. I don't know if you cryogenically froze yourself over the years that we weren't hearing from you, Corey. But when you boot up Shenmue 3, and it was this, it's like a lovely wave of familiarity with the game looking modern and slightly different. But as soon as you heard that character's voice, and when I spoke to you for the first time today, I was like, oh wow, there it is. That's the voice.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I've been in the studio doing Hazuki for so long. You know, they say it's like riding a bicycle, you never forget. That I really do feel that's like Hazuki. You know, I kind of get in there, I get in front of the microphone, I see the character, I see what's going on, and I think, okay, it's time to fit in that pocket again. And I remember exactly how to do it and what to do because I've just done it so much, you know, for
It's
so
awesome,
long.
man. But also, the fact that you get up at, I've been informed, now tell me if I'm wrong about this, but I hear you get up at 4:30 a.m. to work out. Now, you are really keeping yourself Lundy ready with that kind of regime, aren't you?
Well, I certainly do, you know, so I do have a young daughter and she needs to go to school and I need the day to do everything that I need to do. So what I end up doing is getting up at 4:30 in the morning, getting everything ready for the day, and yep, I head out to the gym first thing in the morning. So I am already done with everything that I need to do in the morning before the day even begins.
Good for you, dude.
So
But
yeah, you know,
4:30 to me is the kind of time you get up when you're going on vacation somewhere. You know, when when it's still dark. But it's good to know that when I struggle to get up at 8 a.m., that you've been up for 4 hours already practicing workouts in car parks.
yeah, absolutely. You know, you got to get sweaty. Am I right?
Hey, now, first of all, the game Shenmue changed my life in many ways, and one of the ways was it made me fall in love with Japan, right, and the culture. And then when my good friend Imran Yusuf, who is a comedian and has done some Shenmue stuff with Sega, so I'm not sure if you've met him, but when he told me that Double Eater Street was a real place, I was like, shut up, no it isn't. Well, you're going to tell me to visit the Green Hills Zone next time, Imran? But he was like, it's a real place. I went there, I was like, holy crap, I've got to go there. And in 2009, I was like a crazy person, Corey, running down those streets taking pictures of manhole covers that said Double Eater, and the people are like looking at me like, what the hell? And then when you walk past that car park that you can actually practice in the game, my head's exploding at a car park. It's just crazy.
Yeah. So, I hope that I'm sure the Shenmue fans know this, but for anybody who doesn't, they took painstaking. What I should say is that they took so much time and effort to document different places around Japan. Now, when I showed up to Sega headquarters, they showed me some of the research that they did. And they went to these towns. They went to Dobuita. They took pictures of the buildings. They took pictures of streets. They took pictures of, I remember, bridges. And they said, we're trying to recreate this. We want to make it as authentic as possible. We don't want to say, oh yeah, there's a bridge here, and then we'll put a bridge because we don't know what it looks like, so we'll just put any bridge there. No, they wanted it to look like the location as much as possible. Now they did this in Japan, in the places that it took that we see within the game, and they also did this in China. So they took pictures of the countryside, they took pictures of villages, they took pictures of even so they would see where streams are meeting roads, or they run parallel, and they took pictures of plants, they took pictures of trees. You know what I mean? Like, they really went to the extremes to make sure that they tried to make this game as authentic as possible.
Oh yeah, I compared one of the pictures I took when I was there to the game the other day, and the text is spot on, exactly the same. And when you've played a game so many times and then you actually stand in the real street, it's incredible. And they could have set it in just some fictional town, but now they've created a situation for these poor residents of Yokosuka. Every now and then, crazy Shenmue fans are like taking pictures of lampposts. But it's just brilliant.
Basically, a bunch of gaijins running around taking pictures of random street signs and stuff. Right?
Here they go again. Oh, and I had the best Japanese meal that I've ever had in my life. Just around the corner from just near where the bus stop is in the game. It was great. The greatest beef teriyaki I've had. If you ever head back out there, everybody. We've got some other questions if you're up for them, Corey.
Oh, absolutely.
Lord Sonny says, couple of questions for Corey. Wow, asking two instead of one. That's typical Sonny. How long did the recording process take, and were there many lines you recorded cut that was related to the main story?
No. Most of the lines that I did were in it. And so the reason is because 1 and 2 were already dubbed. So as far as 1 and 2 are concerned, it was basically already done, already built, already even dubbed in Japanese, right? So my job was to go in there and to dub it in English with basically a finished product. So that none of that was ever cut or anything like that. 3 is another story, I believe. And the thing is that when we did 1 and 2, it was basically almost in chronological order, almost not 100%, but we did all of the scenes. I knew exactly what was going on. In fact, they gave me a Dreamcast when I first got there, and I was able to play in Japanese with English subtitles on the Dreamcast.
The first version I played was the Japanese version, so I had to go on GameFAQs and get a walkthrough. But even though I wasn't 100% sure what was happening, it was still, it was such a trailblazing game, for its time, in terms of what it did for open world games and everything. But to play that game at that time and to be engrossed in that world was something completely unique for me, and I was so desperate to get the English version as soon as I could. And then when we were lucky enough in Europe to get the port of Shenmue 2 on the Dreamcast, but it didn't have the English dub; it just had subtitles. It was fantastic to get Shenmue 2, but the fact that your voice was missing was a big
I've heard several people say the same thing, and then of course we got lucky again with the original Xbox version. We were able to get that English version again.
Oh yeah, and thank God that it came out at all in America, because the fact they didn't get it on the Dreamcast was crazy to me. And such a shame for those people like Ben who had that save file on his VMU with everything and then couldn't transfer it to a second game.
Especially when you've taken so much time and effort to play the game thoroughly and to have your collections and then nothing, It's such a shame. So as far as anything being cut, no, there was nothing cut as far as 1 and 2 is concerned. Now 3, there were some things that I was kind of like, well, hang on, what's this, and I kind of didn't know what was going on all the time with 3, especially since we were going back and forth. Some things were getting done in Japan, and then they would send it to us, and they said, okay, these are the scenes, these are the time frames that you need to have it in, because things were being built at the same time.
Wow.
In 3, I didn't get video a lot. I got the video in the beginning, so the stuff with Shenhua walking through the mountains, all of the conversations with her in the house, stuff like that, I did get the video for, but a lot of stuff we didn't, just because it was being built simultaneously. So some things, again, it's kind of hard to remember everything, but I kind of remember there were several scenes where I'm like, wow, what's going on here? And of course we bring up the reference, we see all the other lines that are going on, and I think and this is just me talking off of the cuff. This is not official.
This is off the record, everybody.
Don't freak everybody, but yeah, I don't know if everything that I voiced was in 3, and that's just me saying I don't know. I am not sure, but there's that. Oh, and there were two parts to that question. What was the second part?
It was how long did the recording process take?
So for the first game, it was 4 months, and I actually got to live and work in Japan for 4 months.
Amazing.
Second game was 3 months. We were a little bit quicker there. We kind of, had our groove going on. And third one was here in Los Angeles, where I currently live, and we voiced that one in Burbank.
Oh, cool.
And that one must have taken 3 months for the first chunk of recording, and then we had a few weeks of what you call pickup lines, where things got messed up, flubbed. Maybe I made some lip noise, or maybe there was some data corruption, or who knows.
Yeah, it was data corruption, Corey. You're a professional. It was nothing that you did.
No loud stomach noises when I was getting really hungry at 2 p.m. one night.
Well, I was playing Metal Gear Solid 3. I'm playing the series for the first time on stream, and I thought there was a bear coming after me, but then Poogles in the chat informed me that it was in fact just Snake's belly rumbling. Brilliant.
When you're in those when you're in those booths and they are, soundproof.
Oh dear.
You don't hear anything. You can hear everything that your mouth, every noise that your mouth makes. You can hear your heartbeat sometimes. You can hear, you can't wear anything synthetic inside of the voice booth, because
you're just totally naked. Confirmed, everybody. You heard it here first.
Well, you have to be naked, and you have to shave yourself as well.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, come on. But yeah, and then you're like, why does my neck make that noise? Why is it making? What's going on?
I'm telling you, you would be surprised at how loud your body is when you're in a sound booth.
Come on, body, get it together. We've got a job to do here. How about this question from Hobnoblin? He's going to go straight in with a hard-hitting question for Corey, and that is, how about some Lucky Hit?
Oh, how about a game of Lucky Hit?
Oh, you've still got it. Love it. I know the rules. And what about this? From, okay, I've got to pronounce this name correctly. Castaloxim. What does Landi say before paying his barber? Hand over the mirror.
Yes, that's awesome. That's a good one. I think I got to use that on the Shenmue community. That they would appreciate that.
And another great joke from Corey Marshall. Then Castoxis was like, "Oh, how dare he!"
Hand over the mirror.
Whew. I mean,
I love Paul Lucas, how he did that. So menacing, so scary. And the thing is that Landi doesn't have to do anything. He just stands there, and his presence is so overwhelming, so powerful, so suppressive, that he does very little movement, and you feel fear from him.
He only moves when he has to, because he's top boss bad guy man.
Yeah.
Peter Wilson is wondering, could you see the story wrapping up in Shenmue 4, or do we need at least 5?
Well, I mean, if you're asking me personally, as a fan of the game, I would like to see more. Personally, I would. From the conversations that I have had with Yu Suzuki and some of his ideas on the story, there's a lot of fan conjecture as well about where the story is going. I really think that we would need 5. However, as far as money and other studios that are now involved and all that kind of stuff, if we get 4, we may see it wrapped up in 4. And if we do, that's okay. I know that Shenmue 3 itself was I don't think of it as a compromise. I think of it more as like a bridge to get us from Shenmue 2 to Shenmue 4 is how I really see is how I see Shenmue 3, right? So you get a chance to be in the village, you get to explore around, and that to me is kind of like the it really Shenmue 3, I believe its purpose is really to get us to 4, and that's how I view it. And that's one reason why I think that I like Shenmue 3 so much, because I enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah. Well, it got to the point as a fan. By the way, I've been told to start the game and not sit at the options screen anymore, so I'm going to do that. But you know, as a fan, it got to the point where you just say to yourself, well, Shenmue 3 is never going to come out, and I'm going to have to move on with my life and let go of that expectation. And then when it was what was it, E3 was it, when it was announced?
Yeah.
It's like
E3.
Oh my god, you know, holy crap, it's happening.
So yeah, I kind of feel like could we wrap it in 4? It really, we could wrap it in 4, I believe. I would personally love to see a 5. Because I know for a fact that we just didn't get all the story that we wanted in 3. I know that we wanted to get more. It should have been a little bit bigger, should have been more expansive. But you know, what Yu Suzuki did with the cards that were handed to him is just unbelievably fantastic.
Oh yeah, for sure. And do you know if does he have like an idea, like a notebook somewhere where he's got like the basic outline for a 4 and a 5, or has he not shared that kind of stuff with you?
Well, well, he certainly wouldn't show me a secret notebook. That's for sure. But
so you're just gonna have to steal it.
There is definitely arcs that I have been made aware of. So I do know, you know, a little bit about story and a little bit about where things are going. I mean, however, when like the end of Shenmue 3, and of course I won't give it away because I know that you still need to finish it on stream.
I do indeed.
Yeah, so when the end of Shenmue 3 happened, I was like, oh wow, okay, that's where we're going. So I mean, even I was a little surprised to kind of find out. I was like, oh wow, okay, all right. So things sort of kind of took a different turn as well at the end of Shenmue 3. I was a little surprised. So I know that things have changed a bit from where I was expecting things to go.
Oh god, I've started playing the forklift race, and it's going about as well as you'd think it would go while I'm talking to Corey Marshall on stream. But Ginger Fairy is like, I already can't talk anymore. Ginger Fairy wants to know, were you approached by Yu Suzuki, or did you audition for the role of English Ryo?
So you cut off there a bit. Was I approached by Yu Suzuki?
Were you approached by Yu Suzuki to do the voice of English Ryo, or did you audition? Are we having Discord problems right now?
Okay, I got you back. So was I approached by Yu Suzuki to
do the role of the English voice of Ryo, or did you audition?
So I did end up auditioning, and this is when I lived in New York at the time. You know, I think I don't think they did too many auditions for the role of Hazuki. So I was actually very lucky that I lived in New York at the time, because basically that's where the audition happened. And I don't know if they knew that, you know, New York wasn't the hotbed of voiceover. Mm-hmm. But you know what I mean? It's funny because when I auditioned for it, it was I was in college at the time, and I was actually studying dance.
Oh wow!
And yeah, I was studying ballet and modern dance, and summertime I believe was coming up, and I thought, oh, okay, so it's time to look for some work while summertime's coming. And I was looking through a publication that actually shows different auditions that are happening throughout throughout the area.
Yeah.
And there was this tiny little advert, man, the size of a postage stamp, almost, very small, and it said, auditions for a video game, 2 to 3 months in Japan.
Wow. Like, say no more at that point. Sign me up.
Yeah, well, see, that's exactly, when I saw that, I was like, well, first of all, I love video games. Second of all, 2 to 3 months in Japan? Yeah, exactly. That sounds fantastic.
Yes, please. Amazing.
So I had never done any voiceover audition ever. And I thought, well, you know, I'm an actor. I've done stage since I was, you know, in my early teens, and I've done everything, you know, TV and commercials and movies and all that kind of stuff. And I said, okay, well, I'll take what I know about video games and I'll take what I know about my acting, and I'll put that into, you know, into the character.
First place prize.
We'll just see how it goes. You know, I kind of brazenly decided to audition for it because I didn't have any experience doing voiceover, and I just took everything that I had known at that point, and that's another thing too. So video games, I was really, of course, into Japanese animation at the time, and one big inspiration that I had for the character were old samurai films.
Right. Okay. Kurosawa,
Yeah, so-
kind of stuff.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. So I took you know, it's just everything that I had known and loved at that point, and decided to put that into the Hazuki character. And when they were describing Hazuki to me, that's what I felt. I felt like, oh, he's this very stoic character. He's very you know, he has this tragedy behind him, but he's decided that he's going to give up his, you know, boyhood and you know, go on this quest. And I thought, okay, this is like a samurai film, you know. And I thought, great. And that was my true inspiration behind Hazuki.
Were you massively into Japanese culture before Shenmue, or did that kickstart things for you as well?
No, so, you know, I grew up watching, you know, I think my first sort of inspiration for martial arts was Bruce Lee, right? So I grew up watching Bruce Lee films, and then when I was 7 years old, I got into martial arts. The first martial art that I ever took was, just like every kid in every small town, there's like one Taekwondo studio in every town, everywhere. So I ended up taking Taekwondo, and that's where my interest in the Eastern philosophy, and really a way of life dedicated around martial arts really blossomed within me. And so when I, you know, and then I started to consume more and more stuff. Of course, you know, you move on from Bruce Lee and you start to see Akira Kurosawa, or you know, the whole plethora. And then again too, you know, when you start watching the kung fu films that come out of China, that were, the dubs that came out of China were just so amazing. But you start watching these amazing kung fu films. You start watching, you know, even films that started coming out of Thailand and stuff like that. Just so much great media to consume at that time, when it's like people started going crazy over, you know, martial arts in the East, and there was just so much media to consume at that time in the 1980s, going into when I was in my later teen years, of course, going into the 90s, right? And then we had big celebrities, of course, in the 80s that were, you know, you have Chuck Norris, and you have Jean-Claude Van Damme, and you have, so you have so many stars that are now starting to come up, who are now all these great martial artists. So yeah, that because of the time frame that I grew up on, you know, films coming out of the 70s, going into the 80s, and me being exposed to all that, that's really what's, like, again, it's sparked my interest in Asian culture, philosophy, and martial arts, of course.
Awesome. Hey, what about video games? What was your first kind of exposure to gaming like? And I've been a little bird tells me you're a big Zelda fan as well as Final Fantasy 3. Little bird called Ben.
Yeah, so Ben, he it's funny. He's not a Zelda fan, but he makes fun of me for being a Zelda fan. I don't.
Come on, Ben. He only plays that the Golden Axe Zelda-like game that was on the Game Gear or Master System.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he only plays every game that's exactly like Zelda, but he doesn't like Zelda.
Hey, nobody's perfect, Corey. You know.
So my brother had an Atari, and my very first exposure to video games was that Atari. And man, we got to play all of those great games like Pong. And everything else that came out. I mean, he was he was a big consumer of games at the time, so he bought a bunch of stuff, and he would get mad at me when I snuck into his room and I played it. And
classic older brother mentality there.
Classic older brother. So I would play his games until I ended up getting my first. System was the Nintendo. Yeah.
Yes. Excellent. Amazing. Because for me now, I don't go back any further past the NES. Like even though I had a BBC Micro, which was a computer in England that ran similar games to the Atari, but I won't go back that far these days. Where I think Nintendo games are still, like Mario 3 for example, it still plays unbelievably well, and it looks fantastic as well for what it's doing. And the NES was really where it all began for real.
It's a fantastic system. Loved it.
Yeah, Ben. Yeah, come on.
Nintendo and Super Nintendo, and moving on from there.
That's awesome, dude. So what made you want to jump into to streaming? Because I've caught a few of your streams before, and I've said hi, and you've said hi, and you've followed me on Twitter for a while, which is very nice of you. But I just, yeah, sorry, go on, please.
I was gonna say, I've had a few fans tell me like, hey, do you stream? You should stream. You love games, and we want to hang out, and it'd be cool if we could if you did streams. And it was Benjamin who sort of really convinced me to do it. Because I'm already playing games, and a lot of fans want to hang out anyway, and so it's just kind of natural, and people love to come on, ask questions, and just hang out, talk about games, whatever. It's just kind of, it's a very casual thing.
Yes.
I'm not a big showman, and I think when it comes to streaming, there's a lot of really great streamers out there who do a fantastic job. But I like to sit down, play games, and hang out with you guys. I love talking to the fans. I love hanging out with you guys. So
yeah, it's a very conversational, chilled out medium, which is what I like about it. And aren't we all so lucky that the internet got to this state that it's in now for the pandemic, so that while we're all confined to our houses, we can connect through the internet. And my streaming channel started just as the whole thing hit, and it really kept me sane, being able to connect to people and talk to people and basically hang out with your friends of an evening without actually doing it.
Yeah. It definitely does give you more connection, and I think anything that gives us more connection in crazy times is great.
For sure. Crashing Boars wants to know, what's your personal best in Shenmue darts?
Ooh, that's a good. So I'm actually pretty good at darts. I often have competitions with those who. Oh, I have to look it up. It's over 500. So I have. And speaking of Benjamin, I know that he knows my record because he keeps trying to beat it and he can't do it. So I get over 500. I'm 500 and my brain wants to say 512, I think.
Nice, very respectable. Yes, so I take it you've won the little darts toy that you get as a prize.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, the darts one, super easy. You win that so early in the game, and the other ones, they're all really difficult to get the mini prizes. It's some special skill you need to do that. By the way, no big deal, Corey, but while we were talking, I did come first in the forklift race. Hooray.
Oh, fantastic. Okay.
I was very surprised myself.
Well, I actually have to, let's see, can we give, we got 4 more minutes maybe?
Oh yeah, sure, no worries at all. Well, we've asked all the amazing questions that the community has shared with us, but yeah, you know, oh dear. So you've definitely, I mean, obviously, no inside information about Shenmue 4 and 5. We're obviously not going to get any of that today, unless I could somehow, unless we could make some kind of deal here. How does Shenmue 4 end?
I don't know, what kind of capsule toys could you fork over?
Oh, we can talk, but I've got my friend Rob's gold Dural or Dural, so you know, I'm sure we can come to some sort of arrangement.
So I actually have I was lucky enough that the crew ended up giving me a couple of things from Shenmue that
cool.
are kind of you know, they told me not to say anything or reveal these things, and I don't know if I can or can't, but maybe one day when this series finally comes to an end, I could reveal a couple of these things that they gave me.
One game, 100 yen.
And a couple of them are like not cells, but I guess renderings. A couple of
I'll play it once.
renderings of some of the characters.
Awesome.
That were given to me, and just stuff like that I'm still holding on to, that I'm excited to finally reveal someday when we get our Shenmue 5 or whatever the case may be.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
dude. We got a late question coming in from Pete. Peter Wilson once again says, if there is ever a Shenmue 4, can you ask Yu Suzuki to not have an achievement for collecting 1,000 fish?
Oh, I know. You know what's funny?
So close.
I've even had there's a guy I know. He's a great guy, and he actually he does a streaming service. Oh, what is the name of his stream? I might have to look it up. But he does a day where I think it's Friday, and he's like Fishing Friday, and he goes on and does a stream where he fishes. And he goes on, hangs out with people on stream, and fishes all stream.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and he's just like, oh, it's just so cool, just sitting there, relaxing, playing Shenmue 3, and you know, catching big fish and hanging out with my friends. So, you know, speaking of more connections, right?
Exactly. So yeah, exactly, guys. It's, you know, you're looking at it in the wrong kind of way. Just chill out, hang out with friends, and you'll eventually get that 1,000 fish achievement. But that's hilarious. Great question from Peter. Yeah, just finally, Corey. So, I mean, what has the Shenmue franchise done to change your life? You know, you were speaking earlier on about if you weren't in New York at that time, and it's amazing to think if I wasn't in that place at that moment, would I have got, you know, this opportunity? But I mean, has it completely changed your life? And I'm
getting it.
Yeah, no, that is the question.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting. It's definitely changed everything about my life. I love where I am today. You know, I took some time off of my career to take care of my daughter and everything, but I certainly wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for Shenmue.
This is the last start.
But you know what strikes me the most?
I'm getting it.
And honestly is in how it has changed other people's lives for the positive, you know, the player. So many people have told me everything from you know, I found my career choice because of Shenmue. I loved video games, but when I saw Shenmue, I knew that I had to make video games. So they decided to take up programming, become a game designer or whatever. Some people have said, oh, I've taken journeys like you have. I've gone to Dobuita. I've gone to Japan. I've gone to China. People have told me
Hey,
there's a
not too
gentleman
bad.
who's told me that, when he arrived to China, he saw that some of the children there didn't
Hey,
have the
not too
same
bad.
education opportunities, so he decided to stay and
Amazing.
Last start.
have collect books
So
and be able
close.
to teach. He taught these children and educated these children
No more darts.
in a way that they wouldn't otherwise be able to because they were
Maybe
in
I'll
a
play
rural
some
China,
more.
and
Oh.
they didn't have the same education opportunities.
People
People have told me.
Sorry,
People have
Karen.
told me that they were in a very dark place in their life. Things weren't good. Things were, I won't go into details, but sometimes people
like they're
have
about
been
to close.
very depressed about, certain circumstances that are out of their
I
control.
should go home.
And they said that Shenmue was able to get them through that. That Shenmue
Oh yeah.
was an escape, that they were able to step out of their lives for a moment. And that's something special about Shenmue, that you're able to really, take on the life
And be in that world, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and any good book or good movie or anything like that should make you forget that you are reading a book, and that you step out of your own reality for a while and live within the pages. It's the same thing with Shenmue. I think a lot of people really do step out of their life and go into that screen just for a little while and live somewhere else and do something else. And
For
so many
sure.
people have told me that Shenmue has gotten them through some really hard times in their life, and that to me is so humbling and so special, and I can't believe that I can be a part of something that has profoundly helped out so many people in so many different ways. I really am. I really feel lucky that somehow I could, I get to play this character that has changed really the world in a positive way, and that really speaks to Yu Suzuki and his creativity, his story, and his genius of creating this game and making something really, really special.
Oh yeah, and something quite unique to the medium of video games is the ability to get lost actually in the world yourself as that character.
Exactly.
Just so therapeutic, I can
But
attest.
sometimes
In
you have
fact,
to look at a map.
go on. What do you
That sometimes you do have to look at a map.
Oh, precisely. I'm going to hit you with one final question. It's a very quick yes or no, basically. Grey Fox Gaming wants to know: do you have all of the trophies / achievements in Shenmue 1 to 3?
I do not. Can you believe that? I do not. And you know what's funny is that recently I played again on I played Shenmue 1 and 2 on stream just recently.
Excuse
And
me.
some fans
Merry
even showed me
Christmas.
things that I was like, oh my god, I forgot about this. And they showed me like some of the back alleys and some of the other prizes and stuff. And I was like, oh my god, I cannot believe I forgot about all this. And you guys are out there showing me things. And yeah, I have not personally gotten all, like, for example, the 1,000 fish. Haven't done it.
Peter Wilson says, I did 100 fish on an evening over 10 nights. My wife came in and was like, why are you doing this?
Madness. It's pure madness.
Now, as a dancer, you didn't motion cap Tom's dancing, did you?
Oh man, that'd be fantastic. No, I did not. That would be that would be pretty interesting though, if I was voicing one character and then doing the mocap for the other.
Well, obviously, I'm sure you could have done it, given the sheer amount of talent that you have, Corey. But I do want to say I'm going to let you go now. But thank you so much for coming on this little stream to talk about Shenmue and all your experience with it. It's been amazing to talk to you, dude. I can't even say how amazing.
Thank you so much for having me. Benjamin told me about you, told me about your connection to Shenmue, and I am more. It's like I have to be there. I have to talk to you, and I love it. I love being with you. I love being with the fans. It's the Shenmue community is something very special to me. So, yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure.
Thank you for coming, and thank you for teaching all of us kids how to get revenge when necessary. Life skills. But everybody's saying thank you, Corey. Badgeroni, thanks, Corey. Crashing Balls, Corey. What a star you've been. How about that?
Yeah, well, thank you so much, guys. Seriously, you know, I'm just some crazy guy talking in a booth by myself. If it isn't for you guys, so thank you so much for being fans. Thank you so much for
just like streaming when you're just in a room by yourself talking for hours and hours and hours.
Ine-san will be worried.
That's why your skills transferred over perfectly.
Yeah. But
dude,
yeah, once again, thank you everybody out there. Thanks to all the fans. Thank you so much for everything that you do for me and my family. So thank you.
Well, and I will say thank you once again, and have a great week, dude. And maybe we'll speak again at some point.
Excellent. Let's do it.
Okay, dude. Take care. Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Well, that was pretty mental. Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize quite how long I'd been sitting at the title screen there. I was just too engrossed in the conversation and wanted to catch all the comments and ask all the questions. But yeah, you guys are the best. Thank you for tuning in and chatting. Should I play Shenmue for a little while? I even reloaded the wrong save and had to reload the right save because at the end of the last stream I lost internet, and just before I lost internet we won the red. We won the black ghetto blaster, so definitely don't want to ruin that. It'd be rude not to. Shenmue Dojo, exactly. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. I mean, and what a class act. You know, it hadn't really hit me that I was going to be talking to him until today, and then I was like, oh shit, I'm getting all nervous. And so I got nervous, and then I calmed down, and we did it. But as soon as I was connected to him, it was just a really easy and relaxed conversation. It was really, really cool, and I hope you guys got all the answers and the information that you've been wanting to ask since the year 2000. I first played Shenmue in the year 2000. I mean, there he is. There's Ryo, but we were just talking to Ryo. It's madness. It's madness. But yeah, Shenmue Dojo. What a nice guy, and how lovely it is for someone to be all in with you know, the role they've played or the franchise that they've committed to. You know, the opposite of asking Harrison Ford about Han Solo or Star Wars. Do you know what I mean? And you know, there was no money exchanged. I did not pay Corey for this interview. Oh, hold on. Oh, okay, hold on. My people are just telling me he's actually upped his demands to $200,000. So I will have to wire that to him immediately. But you know, the fact that he's taken an hour, over 2 hours, because we did a test at 8. He's taken time out of his day to chat to me. He doesn't know who I am.
Almost time to go.
Could have been a weirdo. I'm a weirdo. But yeah. And hey, sorry, Grey Fox.
Ready?
You're disqualifying me from a forklift race, and I want to know why. I came first, so I did get there. I cannot believe I came first whilst talking to Corey Marshall. That's probably the greatest achievement I'll ever do. But anyway, yeah, hey, I got the first place, so I got the achievement. But obviously had to reload. But I do want 1 to 5, so I have the complete forklift toy capsule collection. That's the kind of thing that's important to me. Yes, exactly, dude. Whoa! But hey, next time, you know, when this channel's a bit more successful, we'll fly him out and we'll do some live Shenmue. We'll do some duck racing in Shenmue too. How about that? Or some live Lucky Hit. But I mean, isn't it mad? A, that his voice hasn't changed, but B, when he delivers that Lucky Hit line, you're like, oh, he did the line. Say the line, Corey. I didn't do it. How about some Lucky Hit? We'll do. I tell you what, we'll just do one big group trip to Double Wheater Street, Shenmue Dojo, and we'll all enjoy some Kirin Ichiban together. We'll hang out with the guys on the lunch break. We'll go down to the harbour and just sit on the lunch wall crack open a few beers. It'd be amazing. But yeah, it's like, oh god, yeah, I have been sitting at the intro screen for a while. Just having a bit of an out of body experience, to be honest. Ooh, yeah, lovely. Well, I'll take a fruit or grape if it's all the same to you, Grey Fox. But hey, for anybody who doesn't know, my name's Chris Fox, aka the Psycho Fox, and I don't always have celebrity guests on the stream, but I do stream on most days at 9 PM GMT. And oh boy, coming down a bit now, coming back down to earth, because I was trying to, to calm myself down today. I was like, come on, it's not a big deal, it's not a big deal. And then the other half of my brain is, well, yes, it is a big deal, because Shenmue is a very important game in your life, and it has been for 22 years, and now he's coming to chat. Shenmue. Grey Fox, are you talking about the corner that I cut? You got to cut that corner. I'm not a cheat for doing it. They're idiots for not doing it. Yeah, if I mess this up, I might have to duck down and take 4th or 5th, so I can. Yeah, boy. Yeah, and then when I started work, I was like, I'm pretty sure I've delivered to this warehouse before.
Finish!
Grey Fox.
Pretty damn good for a rookie.
A rookie, how dare
Here's
you?
your first place prize.
But yeah, I mean, Grey Fox, show me the rules. Show me the rule book that says I shan't ram and I shan't cut corners, and I'll abide.
Hope
But
you
until
work
then,
as well as you race.
Hey Sax, how's it going, man? It's funny to see you here on Twitch and not helping
I'm ready.
people
Take
make
this
real
cargo
estate
to
choices.
warehouse number
That's right,
18.
everybody.
Here's
I hadn't
the
spoken to
route
Sax in a couple of
Today's
months, and all of a
quarter's
sudden he
written on
popped
the
into
map.
my
No
dream,
problem.
and he was
Okay,
helping
get
me
to it
buy
then.
flats or apartments. But yeah, Sax, we just had the lead voice actor from this game on this stream chatting with us. It was absolutely amazing. How are you doing? It's good to see you, dude. He ain't no rookie. He won before. Yeah, damn right, Grey Fox. Hey, Pat Man, what's going on? Pete Wilson, Pete with the incredible comments tonight, cracking this guy up, and that guy, RYO. I remember saving my pounds to be able to afford a copy of Shenmue in the months leading up to the release, and then a month before it came out, my parents announced they were getting a divorce, and I got it for free. Nice, excellent timing there, Pete. You're like, well, usually I'd be upset by this, but I believe I'd be getting Shenmue out of this particular arrangement. Good work, excellent use of excellent use of a divorce there by Pete. Poogles, if you try once honestly and fail, then it's morally acceptable to cheat. Cheating's always acceptable as long as you don't get caught. Come on. Sax, it was I'm coming down now, dude. It was ridiculous. Shenmue was one of those games, being a Dreamcast owner, Shenmue was like this beacon of hope on the horizon. Like, we're getting a big Dreamcast title that everyone's going to be talking about. So for the Dreamcast guys, very special to us. But I've met loads of people over the years, Sax, who have never played it, and it's kind of like a love it or hate it kind of game, because it's quite. It can be quite slow because you basically do a lot of what some people would describe as mundane stuff, but I love it. I absolutely love it, and it ignited my passion for all things Japanese. And where the hell am I going? And yeah, I would hope that for a newbie, that you're playing it for the first time today, it would be amazing. But it just doesn't click for some people. But if you ask me if I'm wholeheartedly recommending Shenmue, I am wholeheartedly recommending Shenmue, especially since wow, I didn't fumble my words during that whole time. That's some sort of record for me. But especially with the HD re-release of 1 and 2, and it's quite affordable. Sax, check it out. Check it out sometime. Just remember my thumb being sore after playing the Dreamcast D-pad. Justice, never mind your thumbs. My fingers playing Crazy Taxi, and you're doing crazy dash after crazy dash after crazy dash, and it was Blister City off of those triggers. Yeah, the Dreamcast pad. Definitely not the most uncomfortable pad of all time, but it's certainly not the most comfortable. I'll leave it at that. But yeah, guys, which voice actor are we going to get next? Because now we can say, well, it's fine if you don't want to come on, but the legend that is Corey Marshall came on to talk Shenmue. So, like I said, maybe a David Hayter for Monday Gear Solid. By the way, Wednesday tomorrow, you want to talk about super duper special guest stars? Tomorrow for Wednesday, we're going to be welcoming Steve and Mike. So think about that. And finally playing some of that Aliens Fire team. No worries, Shenmue Dojo. I think you said it was Matt there. But I'll just call you Shenmue Dojo. Don't forget, let's get Shenmue 4 on the 4th of every month, and also Shenmue Anime everywhere, exactly. Ah, damn, I forgot to plug Sonic Jam. Got confused. Not Shenmue related, but I'd like to hear from Liam O'Brien. Who's Liam O'Brien? Hey boss, look at me, am I doing good? Praise me. Oh my gosh, yeah. That was amazing. That was amazing. And hey, if I didn't have you guys behind me, then that definitely wouldn't have happened. Because I wouldn't have a moderately successful streaming channel. And yeah, I mean, ugh. What a time to be alive. But I mean, genuinely, you hear that from, you hear a lot of people tell their stories like, oh, people say that this movie, this game, this book helped me through a really tough time, and it wasn't Shenmue, but it was Breath of the Wild. I was coming out of a breakup after a long-term relationship, and I didn't really know what was going on or where, what was happening in my life. It was a very confusing time and obviously traumatic time. And video games, they're so unique because you can enter another world and inhabit another character and solve problems and achieve things. And I think at the moment video games aren't recognized enough for their therapeutic qualities. Show Mark Hamill your Joker stream. Hey, well, dude. I mean, I'm not saying that would actually happen, but Mark Hamill is amazing on Twitter. And, he retweets a lot of where people are like, oh my god, it's my birthday, and it would just make my life complete if the Mark Hamill would retweet this, and he goes and does it. How's Willem Dafoe's schedule looking? It's tough to... Me and Will, he's so busy these days, Batman. I mean, at least that's the reason he gives me for not answering the phone. Yeah. Amen, video games are my way of decompressing after a shitty day at work. Dude, I mean, people say when they watch films they turn their brains off, but it's not even a case of that. When you're playing a video game, I wouldn't compare it directly to meditation, but obviously depending on what game, and I'll use Breath of the Wild as an example again, because you big open world, minimalistic music, it gives you a lot of time to process the things going on in your life as well, and like meditation, and you can come to conclusions and realizations that you've been looking for. And yeah, one day obviously video games still relatively new medium, but in the future when old politicians who are still trying to nowadays play video games for the ills of society, I think in the future they'll be lauded more for their benefits, of which there are so many. It's something I would trumpet as a gaming fan. Back in the day would be problem solving skills. It improves hand-eye coordination, and obviously video games would have an image of being antisocial for many years, whereas now, I mean, well, hey, look at the platform that we're on now, Twitch. It's a massively social thing. And after I played Resident Evil 4 at university with my housemates, it was me and 5 other guys living together. and we played Resident Evil 4 as a group, and I'd never experienced playing through a whole game in that way before, and ever since then I've loved playing even single player games with friends who come around and stuff. So being able to share your experience on a platform like Twitch is the best. And like I said to Corey, I'm so happy I managed to get my channel up and running for the pandemic, because otherwise I would have been bugging a lot more of my friends on the phone and all that stuff. But oh man, oh wow, brilliant! What a lovely guy! What a lovely guy. Off stream, I pondered if he'd got himself any of that Shenmue cologne, tobacco and gold. He said he had not, but a friend of his had, and he's going to send him a bottle.
Lunchtime.
Well, since you're first day in and it's 12, I'd say that's lunch. Sonny, the only problem with my Joker stream is that I was trying to do Ledger and not Hamill, which, looking back on it, was strange, because I find Mark Hamill's Joker voice much easier to do than Heath Ledger's. But what are you going to do apart from invent that time machine?
Yo! Let me take a picture of you two.
No, that's okay.
Don't be shy. Stand there. Here we go. Both of you get in closer. Smile. That's it. Here goes. Which do you want? Yo?
Well, I'd quite like the one on the right. But maybe we should leave Nozomi with the nicer picture. I was gonna...
This one.
Okay, this one's yours,
Okay,
and
okay.
this one's Nozomi's.
I should have asked Corey why Ryo
They're
looks so
kissing.
so pissed
What's with
off
her?
when he sees the so. He's like, I don't have time for this. I have to avenge my father.
I'm going to Canada.
What?
What?
I took a while to decide, but
Hey, if it's what you've decided,
Blame
it's what
Canada.
you've decided.
Well, you would say that, Poodles, because you're
Ryo,
my number
don't do
one.
anything stupid.
A guy.
Of course I won't.
I'll always treasure this. Ryo, take care of yours too.
Fat
I
man.
will.
Oh, classic Fat Man.
I'll come back
Thank
when
you
I'm
for
on
Corey the
vacation.
Corey hotline. Give
Sure.
some words that rhyme with Corey. Corey, story,
Bye, Ryo.
allegory, Montessori.
Nozomi.
One of Corey's favorite games, Sax, is Final Fantasy III. Now, I am a guy with very little experience and knowledge of Final Fantasy. At this point in my life, I just really struggle with turn-based battle systems. I'd much rather be in control of a character with, with every button being a different move or limb.
Mark, have you
Stuff.
seen any of the Mad Angels?
No, sure haven't.
Alright. But, Mark,
I'm warning you. You best stay away from them.
Sup, Skill Jim? Thanks for showing up. Thanks for chatting. Don't worry if you missed the interview with Corey. The video on demand will be up as soon as the stream is finished. But yeah, we were chatting to the voice of Ryo for a good hour about everything. And hell, I could have chatted to him for a lot longer than that. So maybe we'll get him back on one day, and that would be awesome. But yeah, just the nicest guy in the world. They say never meet your heroes. Whoever thought of that phrase never met Corey Marshall, VO Pro. Wait a minute, Skill Jim knows Pete Wilson? What a combination. Skill Jim and Peter K. Wilson. Okay, what do we do? I think we're at the point now where they just mess with me during my hard-working shift as a forklift
Yes,
have you ever seen any of the Mad Angels?
the Mad Angels. I've never seen them.
Liar.
I heard that they gather over near the harbor cafeteria at night.
Alright.
At night. Brilliant. So we just gotta kill some time. But hey, that's the order of the day in Shenmue, and I wouldn't have it any other way. In Shenmue 2, it's like, do you want to wait and speed up time? I say no. I don't want to do that. Smelly mark. Yeah, or a smart mark. Oh my god. I was just going to say, did I miss Corey? Just nursing a headache and not with it. Wanted to be here from the beginning. Skill Gym, no worries at all, dude. Like I said, it went pretty well. And, hey, another stream. We'll surely see Corey joining us. Maybe when I get to Shenmue 3. But yeah, or we could time it up with some sort of event. You know, but yeah, we'll do it again. People will have time to think of some great questions for him. But yeah, Jim, definitely go back and watch it. It was a good one. And thanks for joining me. Obviously, all the streams here are good. Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Tom,
RYO.
I've got something to ask you. Do you know where the Mad Angels hang
Mike,
out?
I like
I
the
don't
swerve,
know. RYO,
especially when
I heard a
you made
rumor
me
that
worry
you're
that
going after the Mad
for some reason
Angels.
Meso and
I've got my
and James
reasons.
wouldn't like Batman
Trust me.
Begins.
No,
and then when it was
do not
halfway through the
go and
video,
get
I'm like,
mixed up with them.
is this going to be all
If you know
Twilight?
anything about them, please,
But it's funny.
Tom, you've got to tell me.
And I look forward to
Sorry,
seeing
but
you there,
I
Skill
don't
Jim.
know,
Thanks again
man.
for popping in.
Shit! Did you see that?
Thomas Chi, you men confirmed. Kill him. Kill them. Skill Jim, thank you so much for that follow, dude. Yeah, like I said, my name's Chris. Hello. Nice to meet you. Great to have you here. Oh, let's talk to Goro. We can't have a stream without talking to Goro. Yo, bro, don't say that name so loud.
Goro,
What's grooving, bro?
have you seen any of the Mad Angels around?
Whoa, bro! Like I said,
Yeah, and there were some great
don't
observations.
say that
I've seen the
name
first
out
Twilight only
loud.
once. My
You
father
know, right? Tell
is a
me.
huge fan. He's got the
bro.
first 3 films on
Well,
Blu-ray
I
and
ain't got no
Steelbook.
choice, I guess. Motorcycles. They ride around the harbor at night.
I really missed the bit where they
At
said,
night, huh?
psych. Yeah, dude, me too. So I'm like, oh yeah, they're just talking about him in Twilight for a bit. Still doing the Twilight. But I guess, you know, it's something Red Letter Media would do, you know, like I said, a swerve, if you want to use the wrestling term. Because they were like, you know, maybe the fact that I kept checking the name of the video and it said, yeah, Caravan of Garbage, Batman Begins. But yeah, maybe change the name of the video and just have the thumbnail. That word fell out of my head for a little bit there. Yo, bro! That's just how people in Japan talk, sucks. It's just how it is, and we like to scare the pigeons. Yeah! But, yeah, Sax, this game was a bit of a trailblazer, sort of open world kind of games like that. All the NPCs have got their routines, you know, you'll see them walking down the street at that specific time, they go to work, they hang out in bars at the end. And, you know, this came out, wow, GTA 3 was 2001, right? So GTA 3 and this together really influenced kind of living, breathing gaming worlds. And it's just the killing time stuff that's the best, you know, like come into the shop, buy some cassettes. I already own all of those. And, you know, waste some time playing a bit of darts.
100 yen a song. Maybe
Spin a
just
bit of
one
a
song.
tune on the jukebox. Yes, so 2000...
Some other time.
This came out the year before. Oh dear, work time.
It's already this late?
Yeah, Rio gets a 2-hour lunch break on his job. A 2-hour lunch break, just think about that.
Was it number 18?
It was indeed. God, his voice sounds familiar. Sax, when I heard that they were doing 3D GTA, and obviously, you know, I'd been a fan of the top-down GTA 1 and 2, and the London one. I was like, that's impossible. You can't do that in a 3D world. It's too soon in gaming, and according to the Xbox On documentary series on YouTube, which is great, by the way. Do watch it if you haven't. Microsoft were basically offered the exclusive rights for GTA 3 and I guess maybe Vice City and San Andreas. But Microsoft said this game's impossible. They looked at the game design document and they're like, no, this is impossible. You can't make that game. So it's good to know that I wasn't alone in that. But yeah, passed on it. And obviously GTA 3 came out. I played it. I was like, holy moly, they bloody did it. Those maniacs. But yeah, you know, the Shenmue open world is a lot smaller than the GTA 3. Therefore, it's a bit more of a focused experience. You know, you can go in buildings. There are, you know, you can talk to all the NPCs. You can, you know, hang out at the arcade. Whereas GTA was a more of a wider experience. But yeah, like I said, these two games combined basically paved the way for all the open world games we enjoy now. Saw an article claiming Microsoft that when Microsoft bought Rare, they thought they were getting Donkey. And this will mean we get Donkey Kong and Super Mario, right? Yeah, I guess. Cool, buy them up. Right, friends, I've got to do one. Pete, thank you so much for sticking around, man. I have to go to somewhere called Newcastle tomorrow. No, I've never heard of it either. Of course, actually, I have. I worked in Newcastle for a bit when I was doing my time. I say it like it was a prison. With what culture? But I've got to say, I love Newcastle. I love going up north, and the people in Newcastle are awesome. So yeah, have fun. Yeah, have a good time. Go around asking people for sailors. Have they seen any black cars and stuff? Just keep up the theme from tonight's stream going, will you? Yeah, they only get Donkey Kong. I'll let them know if you're doing okay. Yes, no, dude, they will be asking immediately as you get there. Say, oh, you're from down south. How's that, Chris? You'll be like, he's a big time guy on Twitch now. He talks to the cream of the crop. Man, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, they do pretty well. But have they got Corey Marshall on the stream while Shenmue's being played? I don't think so. I don't think so. But yeah, Pete, have a great week, man. Always lovely to see you. Take care. Peter Wilson is a legend. He actually sent me a bit of Shenmue 3 merch that he had a double of that I didn't have. And that's just the kind of guy he is. Also gave me my one and only DJ slot while we were back at uni. Obviously, I didn't have any more, so you can guess how it went, but he still gave me a chance, damn it. But yeah, speaking of DJing, I still need to get my hands on the Shenmue vinyl. I only got one of the vinyls from that company, Data Discs or Data something. Got the Streets of Rage one, and you know, it's the artwork is just phenomenal. Double red, transparent vinyl, just awesome. Corey was actually on James Corden. I know, Corden. Yeah, when they were just in the. They were just in the car, weren't they, doing karaoke? They was going ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And you won't believe this, but funny enough, James Corden somehow made it all about himself. It was like, audience, look at my singing skills and dancing skills. I'm James Corden. Rescued each other in person. Oh yeah, I've met Peter IRL. Can confirm he's not some sort of algorithm. He's not an AI. He's real. I've touched him. Not in that way, but... But yeah, Canterbury was where we learned all the life lessons that we needed to proceed and be great successes. And yeah, you know, I had a great time at uni. Overall, you know. Canterbury was a great student town. And the campus is on the top of a hill, and more often than not, you just have such a beautiful view of the city below, especially at night, with the cathedral, you know. And if you go to that university, you get to graduate in the cathedral. So that was pretty ridiculous because that is one impressive building. Ben, okay, can I just say, Ben? Thank you so much, dude, for help setting that up. Project Katana basically works with Corey. I nearly called him Rio. Works with Corey and you basically facilitated along with Ibs, the one and only Ibrahim. And Ben, I can't thank you enough, man. That was so much fun. I started freaking out a bit today, but Corey is so nice to speak to and so chilled out that it put me completely at ease, and I just had a great time chatting with him. And like I said, I could have gone 2-3 hours. So yeah, I'd love to do another one sometime in the future. It would be great, and maybe when the world is a bit more normal and traveling is a bit more easy, we'll all get together in the same place. Now, before the stream, Corey was telling me about his Scottish ancestry and how he's never been to the UK, but the Marshall family were planning on doing so, and then COVID hit and scuppered a lot of plans for himself and the rest of us. But yeah, that he said he's going to come over to Scotland and check out where his ancestors, what his ancestors were up to, and then he said that includes getting the can of Iron Brew. I said also, don't forget about the deep-fried Mars bars. Any of you guys had the Scottish delicacy that is a deep-fried Mars bar? I did one time, but chose a Twix because I thought, well, Twix, double the fingers, double the value. But it wasn't great. The biscuit was in a sorry state of affairs, and yeah, it was certainly an experience for sure. Scottish and Viking. Skill Jim. I'm sorry to hear that you're suffering with a headache. God, what's happened here? Yes, we did mention Corey's streaming channel. But yes, apologies, Ben. I've got to give it one last plug at the end. But yeah, I just got completely lost in that conversation. But yes, guys, do go give Corey a follow on his stream. He's very, very easy to find. Corey Marshall VO. And so you'll have no problems finding him. But yeah, give him a follow. He streams. I popped in there before, and he's very accommodating. And yeah, been playing the Last of Us games recently. So give him a follow and check him out. Scottish and Viking. Wow, I mean, I can certainly tell that he's definitely got a little bit of a Viking look to him for sure. Dude, I mean, yeah, I said this to him, like, the fact that Corey is such a professional that he knew that at any point he would get the call for Shenmue 3, that he just kept his voice. Basically, it sounds like he hasn't even spoken in 18 years to preserve his voice. I can't say a word until Shenmue 3 comes out. I've got to preserve the old, the moneymaker. But yeah, dude, a great lesson out there, kids. Don't smoke. Don't. What are the other things that ruin voice? Probably hard liquor. But yeah, and you too could have the same rich, sultry voice that Corey had when you reach those older years. I see what you've done there, Pac-Man, and I like it. I like it a lot. Viking Raiders, are they still wrestling? Oh, guys, I'm pretty happy right now. Feeling very, very lucky. And I might even have a little bit of whiskey after this to celebrate. I might go get some now, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna go get a little, one finger of whiskey to celebrate the successful evening. I don't have Suntory. I have Maker's Mark, my favourite bourbon. Finally found that one button. Up on the D-pad if anyone's wondering. Yeah, that's right. Back up. Move. I wonder how I've done with the quota today. I think I've done all right. Not much time left though. Come on. Ah. Yeah, but everybody, tomorrow, this time tomorrow, the long-promised, much-delayed stream of Aliens Fireteam will be happening, and it's a three-player game, so I've called on the services of Mike and Steve to help me slay some of those xenomorphs up in space. Looking forward to it. Looks like the perfect kind of multiplayer game to stream, so we can just chat rubbish, exterminate some bugs, and do quotes like "Game over, man, game over." You know that one? How did they cut the power, man? They're animals, and so on and so forth. But yeah, voice acting is something I've definitely thought about over the years, and I have actually signed up with a voice actors agency. Like I went in, they recorded my voice a lot, and I'm in a catalogue somewhere should someone want to use me.
Finished for the day.
But I've never been used for voice acting work, so I would love to do it. I do like the aspect of
good job.
being able to do it like in
Here's today's pay.
chill out clothes, you know, basically your gym jams. But as Corey said, it's a lot of hard work.
You met quota,
Especially when you've got to react
so
to
starting tomorrow, you'll get a
someone's
50 yen
lying
raise.
not in front of you saying
That'll
that
be
line.
450
The
yen
most
per
important
crate.
thing about acting is reacting.
Thank you.
This does
Keep
not
up
mean
the good
acting
work.
again.
Yes, thank you very much.
But yeah, you know, you're giving your voice quite a workout. 8-hour days. Insane. Now I am with an extras agency, so I have been used for certain live action projects like the upcoming Argyle and Mission Impossible 6. Look out for the fat extras reaction in the background when I always forget her name. Vanessa Kirby stabs that guy. Because I am that fat extra. But yeah, before Christmas,
Excuse me.
It was filming
What is it, young
Argyle, which apparently will be coming to Apple TV.
Do you happen
But
to know where the Mad
directed by
Angels hang
Matthew
out?
Vaughn.
Why are
And,
you looking for them?
I was
I
doing
hear
some
you've
work
been getting
with,
yourself in all
the
sorts of
stunt team
trouble.
mostly.
I really need to
But
know
on the
where
last
they
few
are.
days, the stunt guys were replaced by Bryce Dallas Howard. I'm saying her name in the right order, right? Yes, dude. I mean, when she stabs him, I'm right in the middle, all blurry in the background, and I go, ooh. So yeah, look up for that. I'm just going to bring up the Argyle cast. It's pretty cool. I have no idea if the movie's going to be good, but it could be. There we go. Yeah, directed by Matthew Vaughn. Yeah, Bryce Dallas Howard. For some reason, I just like, I think I've got a name in the wrong order. Yeah, Bryce Dallas Howard. And Sam Rockwell was on set. Now, I'm a huge Sam Rockwell fan. And, okay, brilliant. Corey sent me a message with his stream channel name. So, yeah, he's Corey Marshall VO Pro. I'll put it in the chat there. Please go and give him a follow. He's awesome, as you heard. Let me just tell him that I've done that. Sweet. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if that interests any of you guys, but I've got to say, when you're doing extras work, it's really cool. For me, with my ADHD, doing something different all the time is exactly what I need to stay focused and engaged and to not get bored. And it's really cool because you never know what you're going to be doing next. I was a soldier. I was lying dead on the ground for the first 2 days, and then my condition was upgraded to alive, and I got to get shot and die, so that was really fun. But yeah, I'm with an agency called We Got Pop. Well, basically the app is called We Got Pop, And underneath that, they house all these other extras agencies within them. And people take a look at your profile, your picture, your height, your look, and yeah, they'll cast you for stuff. I get called on to do a lot of dark stuff because I'm quite dark. And when I first signed up with them, she said, "Oh, I'm putting down all of the dark races because you can play most of them." And I was like, "That's sweet." So yeah, I get stuff for like, you know, we need an Indian guy, you know, we need an Asian guy. I'm like, hey, I'll do it. But yeah, it's really, really cool. Now, I think we just have to kill time around here until they start riding their motorcycles around, terrorizing the harbour workers. Typical. Let's get a drink. Some Jet Cola, mayhaps. Yeah, I'm glad we did. We chatted about about Corey's stream on here lots, so that was awesome. But yeah, Corey Marshall VO Pro is where you want to go for that follow. The Japanese text on there looks awesome. But yeah, like I said, the original Japanese version, Coca-Cola, and not Jet Cola. So I was a bit disappointed that didn't carry over into the West, but now very happy with my Jet Cola shirt.
What's groovin', bro?
Have you seen any of the Mad Angels around?
Whoa, bro! Like I said, don't say that name out loud!
You know, right? Tell me.
Bro! Well, I ain't got no choice, I guess.
I'll see if I can grab you a Jet Cola.
Motorcycles, they ride around the harbor at night.
At night, huh?
Who's the... Ooh, what about Ben Schwartz? Ben Schwartz is a huge Hollywood actor. But wouldn't it be great to get him on to talk Sonic? I thought it was a pretty good choice for Sonic. I do like Ben Schwartz, especially from the Jake and Amir days. But to be Sonic for a feature-length movie and not be annoying was a great feat, and he smashed it.
Tom.
Hi,
It sounds like you're long overdue, man. It's time to get a Coca-Cola product in your life.
I've got something to
How
ask
about
you.
Pepsi Max?
Do you know where the Mad Angels
How
hang
about
out?
a can of Pepsi Max?
I don't know.
How about trying Pepsi
I
Max?
heard a rumor that you are going after the Mad Angels.
I've got my reasons. Trust me.
No, man. Do not go and get mixed up with them.
If you know anything about them, please, Tom, you've got to tell me.
Sorry, but I don't know, man.
Really?
Yeah, Sean Ralphio. I'm going on the Psycho Foxes stream. It's probably what he would say. But yeah, guys, let's start getting more people on these streams. What do you think? I hadn't even thought about that really, you know, like chatting to someone like Corey whilst playing the game about the game. You know, I thought, hey, it would be great to stream some multiplayer games with my friends on this channel, but it's that's an interesting avenue to go down, and maybe I'll have to do it. It's an intriguing dragon to chase. I'm just gonna cut in line here. Hey.
Excuse me.
Can I help you?
Have you seen any of the Mad Angels members lately?
The Mad Angels? I only hear all kinds of bad rumors about them. Them punks are nothing but trouble.
When was that?
Oh, round about last week, I'd say. On the day I had to work overtime. They were riding around on motorcycles.
On the day the
Motorcycles?
rain turned to snow. Oh, no, it was the other way around.
It was noisy as hell. Anyway, after sunset, you'd best get on home before they come back.
Yes, here we go, nighttime. Also, Poobles, I hear if you drink Jet Cola, then you're more likely to meet the actual Jet in real life. So yeah, get on it, dude. Oh no, bro. You don't say that name so loud. Hey, Mark. Smart Mark.
Mark, have you seen any of the Mad Angels?
No, sure haven't.
Alright.
Bye. Rio's utter disappointment in Mark being completely useless once again. We already did a motorcycle thing around this area, didn't we? Ah, here we go, here we go. Oh, hi, Mark. Oh my god, it's Charlie.
Long time no see. This the guy who's been sniffing around us like a dog?
Looks like we're gonna have to run this stray off now.
I'm gonna get him.
I wasn't ready for the QTE to start. I was like, brilliant. Have a little drink. This time.
Long time no see. This the guy who's been sniffing around us like a dog?
Looks like we're gonna have to
Oh,
run
this
this
is
stray
embarrassing.
off now.
Poodles, it's just a video game. It's not real.
I'm gonna get him.
He's going to be just fine. Bang! Ah, the gift we used for tonight's stream. Get him. Oh, this game is awesome. Anyone who doesn't like Shenmue, I'm afraid you're doing it wrong. And by that I mean life.
I'll give you pain. Little shit.
Whoa, don't say the S word, dude. Bosh.
Now.
Epic. I probably left those crates there. If you go the wrong way here, you're just screwed. What? Come on. What'd you say, Chief? Do what the kids say. Mammy Mammo. Mammy Mammo. What's up, Adam?
Smooth move. You ain't so bad, punk.
Adam, one of the NPCs in this game looks
But
like
your
Brian.
time's up. You wish.
Oh,
No one takes on the Mad Angels in this harbor and lives to tell about it.
and we'll see.
It's the bottom of the sea for you. Get him.
How dare you say? How dare you be so chill when you talk about getting Rio? Yeah. A little bit of the cruel cyclone, boys. Yeah. Thought you'd like that. Oh shit! I'm grabbing no one. Okay, fine. Whoops. Nice. Oh, big finish. Warming us up for the 70-man battle, are they?
You little brat, I'm gonna break your face.
Little brat, I'm gonna break your face.
Come on!
Charlie, what do you think is going to happen here, man? Oh, right, I see. Oh dear. Nice. How dare you? Haha! Just a victory kick there. Good night, Charlie. Sweet dreams. You can go anywhere. He's got like. It's like the evil Rio. He's got like
Bad Angels and
Mad
Shenmue
Angels version of Rio's
connected.
jacket.
I don't know.
What?
Wait! I don't know if he's human, but there's some Chinese big shot leaving here soon.
Big shot?
Yeah, they had me arrange a cruiser to take him out to a big ship offshore.
What's his name?
I don't know, but I hear he wears some silk robe thing with a dragon on it.
Landy. He's still around here.
Please, I beg you, don't tell anyone I told you. They'll kill me!
Maybe you should find another line of work, Charlie. And another hairstyle as well. Oh, God. Have you guys seen Landy? Have you guys tried Lucky Hit? How about trying Lucky Hit? Yeah, it's time to let it go, Charlie, to be honest. But I don't know. He's a bit of an alternative kind of guy. He's not going to conform. He will keep coming that over. Man, I think that's the only thing that happened. And now that we've done that, it's the end of action for this day in Shenmue. But guys, what a stream, huh? I just can't even believe it. I'm so lucky that happened. I actually I kind of tweeted at Corey like ages ago. Oh, thanks for following me back. Maybe an interview sometime. And the fact that actually finally just happened is a massive like bucket list tick moment for me. Especially when it comes to Shenmue stuff, because I've been to Double Eater Street, listening to the soundtrack, and now I've played the game with RYO.
What is it, young?
What does that leave in the Shenmue world for me? I've done it all.
About the Mad Angels?
I guess I could.
I heard a rumor that you're still looking for them.
Yes, I am. I heard that they are planning some deal. Do you know about it?
The deal?
Oh, he knows about it.
I did hear something about some large-scale deal happening soon.
Go on.
Have you heard anything else?
Well, I don't know none of the details.
All right. About that Mad Angels deal?
It's too dangerous to get involved. You should back off now.
All right.
Okay. So there's some sort of deal. But yeah, like I said, I think we're done here for the evening, so we should head home. Get RYO all tucked up in bed. He's had a big day, bless him. I mean, I'm just hoping that the Shenmue story gets wrapped up at some point, and we're not left on another cliffhanger forever. Because, like I said, I resigned to the fact that we would never get on Shenmue 3. So it's mad that we did. And from the kind of vibes we were getting, it sounds like we will be getting a Shenmue 4. I just hope, that it happens. Shenmue 3 was obviously a very unique case. Sony involved, Deep Silver involved, Kickstarter involved. I wonder what would happen in terms of Shenmue 4. Tom, you get everywhere, don't you, mate? How do you do it? What's the in-game date? Yeah, I still think we're going to miss that Christmas Day sales and the Boxing Day conversation with Nozomi.
Nozomi?
Hi, RYO. Saved up enough money for your trip?
No, not yet.
You're going to Hong Kong, right?
Yeah.
It's so different from Vancouver.
What's it like there?
Beautiful. Surrounded by lots of nature.
This is the longest conversation we've had outside
Well, I'm still on shift, so...
See you later.
Yeah, still on shift and working super duper hard, as ever. Got all the money in the world now. We've got all those songs, so let's buy a lovely little packet of crisps. You're my favourite customer, thank you. Okay, bye-bye, doggy.
Yo, may I help you?
Yes.
Draw a ticket, please.
I will. 5.
no prize.
Darn.
Especially since you bought merchandise.
I know, right? Alright, guys. Let's get this guy home. All tucked into bed. And I'll be saying goodnight myself. Woo. But, yeah. Today was for the Corey Marshall fans, for the Shenmue fans. But don't worry, tomorrow, all you Crashing Balls and Twitched Mike Star fans, tomorrow's for you, and it is Wednesday. I will be taking Thursday off, back on Friday for more Guardians of the Galaxy, which was a load of fun. And then Saturday, more Binary Domain with Sega Saturday at 4 in the afternoon. More Saturday Night Slam, 9 in the evening on Saturday. And then back for Subscriber Sunday on Sunday. But we don't yet have a plan of what to play for Subscriber Sunday, so I'm going to have to consult the list. But if any subscribers are watching right now and you've got something you want to suggest for Subscriber Sunday, now is the time to do it, because I'd love to play it for you. I really would. But yeah, when it's decided, it will be tweeted out and it will be put on my schedule right here, twitch.tv/thepsychofox. Yeah, I hope the week's been treating you guys fabulously so far. And before we go to bed, it's just time to admire that prize that we won. Yeah. Can I just oh yeah, look at it. I love it. And yeah. Tell me about it, Poobles. Absolutely bonus. Game Pass. Is there a better gaming service? I don't think there is. But everybody, that is the end of another Shenmue's Day, but a very special Shenmue's Day. And guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Hope you've had a good time. And that you continue to have a good time. But what I want to do now is give Ben a raid, Project Katana, because, like I said, he's kind of like RYO, for God's sake. He's kind of like Corey's manager, and really helped get this stream organized. So if you could come with me for a raid and show Ben some love, you know, I would really appreciate it, and he would really appreciate it as well. And he's a lovely guy, and he's having a go at the Twitch game, so let's give him all the support we can. And yeah, that's basically it, everybody. I'm just gonna type in the old raid text. Ba-bam bam. So guys, thanks very much. Hope you can join me for the raid. And what is it? Project Katana. Oh yeah, and he's streaming Shinobi, which I believe he picked up for today on the Saturn, a very rare game, so let's go and check him out. Guys, thank you for coming here to check me out. Have a lovely week if I don't see you. Take care of yourselves. Don't forget the Joker, and remember, the final event, well, it's forklift racing. Thank you and good night from myself, Corey Marshall, Shenmue's Day. Goodbye.